Hi, I'm Stephen Rickman, the pastor of the Lutheran Church of Our Savior, and I'm pleased to tell you that we are now having Sunday morning indoor in-person worship starting on March the 28th. That's Palm Sunday. Don't worry if you're not ready to come back in person. We will continue to have online worship. We'll be live streaming that, and video will be available later. And you can also still come to our Saturday evening service, which we'll still be doing outside, and also have drive-in possibility. You can sit in your car and listen on the radio. But I'm here to tell you a little bit, show you a little bit about how we're going to be doing our Sunday morning worship, because there's some adjustments for us to get to. First of all, we do recommend that you get vaccinated as soon as possible, but especially before you come to worship. That's something we're not going to require it, but we hope that you will. If you do test positive for COVID after you've come and worshiped with us, we ask that you do please call the church office or call me, and we'll keep your details private, but we do want to let people know if there has been a positive case. Our worship is at 10 o'clock as normal on Sunday mornings. We ask you to arrive between 9:50 and 10 o'clock as a window. When you come, please come in through these front doors, the front main doors of the sanctuary, into the narthex. And when you get to the narthex, you'll see on both sides a table with some of the things that you may need. We ask that everybody be masked. Please do, or everyone's going to mask. If you don't bring one from home, we do have some extras here for you to use, as well as hand sanitizer. Pick up a worship folder. And then for communion, we have a couple of options. We have these little handy-dandy communion sets where you just peel off the top and you have a wafer and grape juice inside. So you can take one of those and go to your seat. Or we also have these gluten-free wafers, so you can pick up one of those. Or, as we do Saturday nights, you're welcome to bring your own elements. Some bread, some wine, or grape juice. If you're like me, you like to do it as Jesus did. So bring some bread. I've got a dinner roll here. Beautiful dinner roll. Homemade. Doesn't have to be homemade. And some wine. I like these little Sutter House wine just because they're the cheapest, the Sutter House. But a little handy-dandy wine bottle. And perhaps a cup to pour it in. If you need an offering envelope, we have some of those here, as well as a pen. If you're using the pen, do take it with you and maybe leave it in your pew when you're all done, when you're ready to leave. So once you receive all these things, then we will have someone here to guide you and to point out also all these things that you need to pick up. Once you have everything, we walk into the sanctuary. You'll notice that we have every other pew roped off. So we do ask that you sit in every other pew and not go into these pews that have a rope in front of them. This is the playground, and families with young children are welcome to use this. We won't have any toys out for communal use, so if you want to bring some soft toys and activities, that's probably the best thing to do, bring your own and to use that space. So if every other pew, that should be okay. That should be enough for us. Our capacity is 92, according to our doctors in our congregation have done some of the calculations, and we can handle 92 people in here. So every other pew, if we get so full that we need to have it be households in more than one pew, you'll find in each pew, come this way, a piece of tape. It's 6 feet long. We ask everybody to social distance by 6 feet, whether they're standing or sitting. So you could, if you had to, sit in the same pew and be able to be 6 feet apart. We ask that people sit with their households and not with people that you're not sheltering with or family members or within the same household. We will remain seated once you find your seat. This seat looks fine to me. Front seats are always good. We're going to ask that everybody remain seated. That's how our service is going to be. Remain seated for the entire service. So once you're here, you're planted, and we will be able to worship. We will have music, but no congregational singing. Not yet. We will get there. But we will have music, and there will be a soloist. We ask that you listen to the soloist singing the hymns in the liturgy and enjoy that. You don't need anything. Everything you need is in the worship folder. You don't need hymnals because you're not singing along with, but you're welcome to joyfully hum. The service will be 30 to 40 minutes shorter than usual, so we will be cutting some parts out, including the children's sermon, which will not be in the worship. It will be at the end after the worship service is over. It's a short worship service. But we know that there may be emergency needs for restrooms. You try not to use the restroom if you can, but if you need to, that's available for you as well. When the worship service is over, we've done all of our worship, including the communion, which you've done here in the pews. Then you'll be dismissed, and we will have someone directing how we're going to dismiss. We came in that direction. You can see the blue arrows, perhaps, heading this way. But we'll be leaving out the side door through the breezeway. So someone will dismiss you. Please do remain socially distanced, 6 feet apart. We have a place, if you don't want to take your worship folder home, you can put it in here. And this is our offering box. This is where you can, it's a lock offering box with a slot at the top. You can just put it in. Again, we have other envelopes if you have the need for that, or if you brought your own, or if you don't need an envelope, just stick it here in the top of the offering folder. Again, as I said, we'll also have the children's sermon at the end, and I haven't figured out where I'm going to go for that, where I'm going to do that, but that will happen at the end of the worship. The sanctuary, in case you're wondering, the sanctuary will be sanitized weekly between worship services. So that's it. So then you may leave this way. If this is the handicap accessible exit, if you have difficulty with steps to come in, this entrance is available for you as well if the stairs are difficult. Thank you. Forward to worshiping all together in person, as well as continue to do it outdoors and online as well. Blessings to us all.